to day 3 of buying a home with Nysha. I'm so excited that you're here. On day 1, we got you pre-qualified. Day 2, we went shopping. Now we found you your perfect home. Well, a home that meets the 80-10-10 rule at least. And we are about to write an offer. So we're going to talk about that offer. There's 18 pages of an offer, and the very first 3 are the cover pages. Cover pages cover broker duties. So there are broker duties that I owe to you and the seller and the seller's realtor. There are also broker duties that I owe specifically to you. Today we're going to talk about what I, as well as the other realtor, owe to everybody in the transaction. So the first thing is honesty and reasonable care and ethical and professional contact. Wow, I actually have to act like a professional, and I have to be honest, and I have to reasonably take care of you. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Number 2, compliance with local, state, and federal fair housing and anti-discrimination laws, the New Mexico real estate license law, and the real estate commission rules and other applicable local, state, and federal laws and regulations. In other words, I can't break the law for you, can't break the law for the seller can't break the law, and the seller's realtor can't break the law for you or the seller. So there you go. But I do want to touch on something here. The Federal Fair Housing Act, or those laws say that I'm not allowed to steer you in any direction. And so while you were looking for a home, there's a good chance you asked me, is this a good neighborhood? And I probably told you, I don't know, you have to research that. So go to APD or whatever website you need to go to look up sex offenders or whatever information it is that you need in order to discover if it's a good neighborhood or not. I have to leave that to you, because if I say it's a good neighborhood or it's a bad neighborhood, I might be steering you in a direction, and I'm not allowed to do that, and that's why. The next thing is number 3, performance of any and all written agreements made with the prospective buyer, seller, landlord, or tenant. In other words, if it's in writing, it is my job and the other realtor's job to help get that carried out. Number 4, written disclosure of any potential conflict of interest or any other written agreement that the broker has in the transaction, including but not limited to, letter A, any written brokerage relationship the broker has with any other parties to the transaction. I often do fill this one out, this disclosure, because my brother is a home inspector. If he happens to be the home inspector who inspects your home, then I have to disclose to the other realtor and the seller that my brother was the home inspector. Okay. Letter B, any material interest or relationship of a business, personal, or family nature that the broker has in the transaction. So if you're a relative of mine, if you're a business partner of mine, if you're going to buy the house cash and I'm going to buy it from you on a real estate contract that now is a business relationship, anything like that needs to be disclosed to the seller and the seller's realtor. Also, any written agreement that I have with a transaction coordinator who might be providing services related to the transaction. Also, the seller, if they have a transaction coordinator, they have a duty to disclose that with us. And so many realtors do use a transaction coordinator. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So if I do, then we have to disclose it. If I don't, then we don't have to, obviously. There's nothing to disclose. And the last one here is written disclosure of any adverse material facts actually known by the broker about the property or the transaction, or about the financial ability of the parties to the transaction to complete the transaction. Adverse material facts requiring disclosure do not include any information covered by federal fair housing laws or the New Mexico Human Rights Act. This kind of boils down to, if I am aware of a problem with the house, I need to let you know. If the seller's realtor is aware of a problem with the house that maybe the seller didn't disclose, they need to let us know. We're not really in the business of trying to keep secrets here. We want everybody to know everything that's important to know. So there you go. That covers all of the duties that I have to all buyers and the sellers in the transaction, and all the duties that the seller's realtor has to you as well as to the seller in the transaction. I hope that helps. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 4, buying a home with Nysha. Go ahead and click that subscribe button right there. Subscribe, like, do that. Do it now. And go ahead and text me if you have any questions at all, or if you found a house that you'd like to check out, 505-710-2750, and I'll see you tomorrow.